But I want to talk about Fifth Kind.
Okay, cool.
Because as far as I know, that was what followed Tom, Dick, and Harry for you.
You're right.
And that was originally you, John, Kary Baddour, Pete Mendillo.
Yep.
And who am I missing?
Jeff Adams.
Jeff Adams.
Yeah,
yes.
and actually, and not to correct anything on the chronological on that, but
Okay.
Fifth Kind, Jeff Adams asked me into that band. I did a short stint with a band called the Dirt Brothers in town.
I remember the Dirt
Tony
Brothers.
Meharry was a drummer at that point. Jeff Adams was playing bass.
Yep.
John was this just bigger than life voice fronting the band.
Yeah.
And Jeff Adams asked me into that. And that was probably reminiscent off of what we did in Driving South, which was very Southern rock oriented. And Jeff was our front guy. A couple volleys with Warner Brothers. I mean, that band was as close to any band doing a record and having a deal and never actually getting a chance to do any of that. But it was also, created with some super talented guys in the marketplace, and the songwriting was good. But anyway,
right.
So yeah, Jeff, my relationship with Jeff, then he said, hey, we need to add a guy back into what it was Fifth Kind at that time, which was actually Keith Blanchard, Chris Gavin, if you remember Chris Gavin from Dust to Life, all that, Burning Blue back in the day.
Okay.
So, and Kary was yes, he was the keyboard player, Pete Mendillo on drums, and Jeff came to me and he said, man, would you want to, Chris Gavin stepping away from Fifth Kind, would you want to do that? And I said, man, yeah, you want me to play utility, keys, guitar, whatever. He goes, Kary Baddour's playing keys. And I said, sign me up.
Right.
Because how many times you get to go to work and try and steal something every time you leave?
Yeah.
Not physically, not a pen or a piece of paper, but intellectually. I just said, wow, what an amazing player. And I got to watch him up close and personal for a long time. So.
And Susan and I followed Fifth Kind for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I know at some point Pete Mendillo stepped down.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Fulp came in to play drums.
Amen.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
But what a great band. And we've been so blessed in this area to have that level of talent. People don't understand that national touring musicians in Memphis are just playing a little weekend gig, and we get to see that front row, and it's almost like going to the FedEx Forum to see a show,
It is eye-opening for me to see the level of musicianship in Memphis, even though I've lived here for over 10 years. When you start going out and start meeting people like this podcast has done for us, it's like, man, this place is a hot spot.
It is.
It really
the
is.
The whole city is just absolutely packed full of amazing, talented people.